get what I mean, right? So the stakes are as high as it's ever been on both sides. There's so much to win, but there's also so much to lose, and the nerves are going to be as high as they've ever been for those players. And all the experience, everything they have is going to be super helpful, because we are ready to start with the World Finals. SK Gaming versus Tribe Gaming NA.
Here we go, and we've got the mirror matchup straight away. The Byron's in the mid, the Barley on the lane side as well. Lola coming out for both sides, as we rightly predicted it would. And this is where it's going to matter. Both teams now looking to get those early supers in, and the star powers and gadgets there nicely displayed on the screen for everyone to see.
Yeah, Barley coming in on both sides as well, probably due to that Mortis and Buzz Band, just makes it a bit safer for those throwers to shine. And it's powerful positions they have on those lanes to hold on and just deter anyone from getting close. The Byron matchup so far rather safe. Both teams don't want to take too many risks just yet. One kill would be a huge opening at this level of play, so they want to make sure they stay as safe as they can for now until they have more supers available.
Yeah, Byron Super's in the mid, and just everyone trying to not feed. It's so important, honestly, to not feed those supers in, because that can be the very thing that you need to be able to take back control of the mid here. Samantha trying to get some shots there onto Corey as well to keep that suppression there, to allow Jetson to push forward. But so far, no one is making the first move. Everyone playing a very cautious game so far. We're 1 minute before overtime.
Yeah, it's all about trying to spot a mistake, and both teams are not willing to let any of those mistakes happen. 1 minute left on the clock, and so far no one overextending just yet. Semantic with a Barley super gonna gain a lot of control. This is the moment for SK to push forward. They created some space, but here is the first kill of the day. Tyrant start to pick up that first elimination.
I've got to say how I feel right now, Semantic. I can hear him say, go, go, go in the studio. It's a fantastic feeling sat here to hear the players in their live communication fashion. SK, though, have dropped back a little bit away from their momentum here as they're starting to recollect themselves. Try with a decent defense under some pressurized circumstances. 20 seconds until overtime, and that's where we've got to see things go towards a goal, or this one will have to be played out again.
All right, 15 seconds left until the map is going to be blown wide open. All walls, all bushes out of the way. And we'll definitely be getting to overtime. We'll nerf those Barleys a little bit. They do love that cover quite a bit. It's out of the way now, and a chance for maybe Tribe to engage. Nice Gadget try to heal up a little bit, but so far it's still very even. The pole nearly still on the line.
Yeah, this is where the Lola can really thrive, and I like the way the Torrent as well kept that healing tonic for these final moments here. But now, potential push for SK if Jetson can just gain his superheroes in a pretty much a commanding position, but a lot of pressure coming back from Tribe, forcing back the flow of action here. Jetson has got that super still to hand, potentially healing himself or his teammates. But look at Tribe, they're pushing forwards, Teddy.
25 seconds left, and Tribe 2 versus 3 situation. This is looking good for them. They have a chance. Zulun has a super as well if he can just shoot it in, but he loses his teammate with the ball, the shot, the pass. Tyrant Star! He's gonna walk it in!
Tyrant with the goal there. The celebrations inbound, and what looked like the pretty stealth moment in the beginning quickly turned around, and Tribe took back control. The super pass there as well from Zulen, right on point. Again, you cannot have any time to make mistakes there, so they had to capitalize and they had to get that goal then. They worked all the way up towards it, so it would have been a shame if they wasted that opportunity.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why we saw such a passive start to this game is both teams. Brawl is one of their least comfortable game modes, and it's tough to start off with a game mode where you're not shining. It does lose some of your confidence probably, but in this case they made it work in the end. Beautiful goal to kick things off, and first game going to Tribe.
Yes, this is what we've needed, Teddy. This is what we've waited for. The celebrations, all the emotions flying high there. We got some stats there for Corey. Team damage 41% and a DPS of 129. That's a huge stat for one player to be taking on that much team damage as well. Damage taken was 115 per second, and KD there, very, very good as well. So again, I did say like Lola in overtime is a dangerous thing when combined with a Griff, but clearly also combined with a Byron.
Yeah, I was going to say 41% is already super impressive, but this is a support brawler, support player as well, right? So that just blows it out of proportion furthermore. Beautiful game from him so far. as we've seen, it's about spotting mistakes and being able to exploit that, but a lot more aggression early on here this time around from SK, not messing about, and very different comps. We're back to Sandy, Max, and Gene meta. It feels like we are going back a couple months ago.
Yeah, a time machine, it works! And Tribe Gaming Indie are going to be sticking with what they had in the previous round with the Brawl on the left-hand side lane, the Lola on the right-hand side, the Byron in the mid. They felt like it worked last time. They're hoping it's going to work this time as well, but that max speed is going to be a big factor here. What Semantic also gets that Sandstorm, that's going to be a huge factor. Also, the unpredictability of the sand coming into play could well be the thing that SK Gaming need to push back Tribe Gaming Indie.
So far, it's back to a bit more of a stalemate. Great super from Corey to engage. Zulan will barely go down there. The magic buff from Skyrix not enough to keep him alive due to that poison from Corey. And now we have a chance for Tribe Gaming to engage. Barley gonna be super strong in that position. Those wolves providing so much cover, so many opportunities, as Corey is also spotting for a target, perhaps for a super.
The let's go there from Jetson coming into play. Semantic pushing that left-hand side as strong as he can before getting suppressive fire from Tyrant there. Skyrix is keeping hold of the magic hand as well. He knows that in a desperate situation, that's going to have to come into play, and I'm sure no doubt as well. Cover needs to go down in the process. They're more than happy to make that sacrifice. The ball pushing to the right-hand side there. A nice connecting ball there from Skyrix with the magic hand, getting Corey taken care of, and this is where SK have got to push this ball up the map.
Yeah, you get the man advantage. You need to capitalize. You need to gain control, get closer to that objective of scoring. And so far, with 50 seconds left, most of this game has once again been around that mid area, struggling to really find an opening just yet. But gadgets are starting to run low for both sides, and overtime is already getting closer and closer.
Yeah, I've got a feeling Semantic might be holding back. I assume running the Sweet Dreams there, but the speed coming in yet again from Jet's been too low to make anything of it. But a good pull on the left-hand side again from Skyrix. He's been hitting them so consistently so far, but I don't know realistically what him and Semantic can really do in this position here. I think that Corey and Zulan as well with a pickup. That's a really, really good position for Tribe to be able to come back.
Now 15 seconds left until overtime kicks in. And we've had it in game one so far. It went to Tribe Gaming this time around. SK want to make sure they contest this first set. Don't want to give any more momentum to Tribe. Overtime kicking in. And we do have the super available for Skyrix. Maybe a pull could come in clutch. And so far, this Tribe was a bit more control, pushing forward, getting closer to that goal. But that movement speed from Max is going to be dissuading them from pursuing that way just yet.
Ooh, I'm not sure that Semantic there was trying to find the feet of Skyrix, but either way, Tribe are using the moment to push forward some momentum here. I think the problem realistically is that Semantic hasn't really had much in way of a Sandstorm, and Corey just, oh no! Oh my word, Zulan! Straight from the furthest point of the field, that was right at the cusp of his range. My goodness me, Teddy!
What an opening that was. A mistake in SK's defense. Tribe quick to spot it, able to exploit it, and secure the first set. Huge set for them. They take the lead early on so far in this match.
Oh, you saw there just how pleased and how pumped Zulan was with that. I didn't see it coming, I've got to say. I mean, at that range to be able to make the shot happen, you got to hand it to the guy.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing as well. We talked about it so much. The conditions are unfamiliar to those players. So many different things they need to focus about, and there you have some mistakes happen. Look at that, Jeden goes down. Semantic not really able to defend there so far. I mean, beautiful stuff overall. That was the first goal, if I remember correctly, the pass to Tyrant Star. Jeden just not enough damage in the world to try to get that kill. And here we have a bit of a mistake in the defense. Just you can see as well, Lola deals so much damage. An interesting decision, I think, from SK to not bring in the Lola, and here we have a slight placement mistake, slotted in just like that, and Tribe take the first set.
He almost punched the counter.
He most definitely did.
Fantastic stuff, gotta say. Tribe Gaming NA off to a great start here, and as you rightly pointed out, in terms of the stats, you know, Bounty is definitely the game that both of these two teams thrive on, and is going to be on the third set, so that's going to be a really interesting one to see. But yeah, it definitely seemed for me that SK was struggling, and I think you rightly pointed out why. I was surprised to see that they dropped the Lola, especially if the overtime idea was what they were going for. They were needing to have something along those lines to have the range advantage. I didn't see, again, many sandstorms even from Semantic. Would like to have seen a bit more of that to keep Tribe on the back foot, but we are swiftly moving in to Hot Zone, Teddy, and this is where things are going to get so interesting. We need to see that resolve from SK that we've seen time and time again. They're behind, and this is where, in my opinion, they are the most dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, right now for SK Gaming, it's all about trying to stop that momentum from Tribe, not let them gain too much confidence. And that's the thing as well with SK. We know them for being so consistent, whether they win or lose, always staying safe. But yeah, Safe Zone coming up next for Heist. An interesting map for sure. I mean, I feel like brawlers like Rico and Colt have been very popular on the lanes. Mid, you have some very interesting mechanics. Some players like to go Bell, some players like to go Piper. What I'm very curious about is Lola, because you know, we have those situations where you have a brawler that is very strong in the meta, but is it necessarily on every map and mode? Do you want to bring it in? You don't want to tunnel vision too much around it. You still want to have the best comp, not just the best brawler.
This is so true, and you know, there's that strategy which we've yet to see, whether it's going to come into the BSC of just throwing your clone forwards. I mean, it is more often than not something that you place on yourself, so we are going to see Lola as well from Skyrex, so I'm curious to see whether that is what SK are going to be going for here. I like the idea of the Piper mids, and we know that Semantic can absolutely pop off on that particular pick, as well as Jessie on the Colt. This could be a comp which SK feel more familiar with, and this could be their chance to bring back a set.
Yeah, once again, this is what I was mentioning earlier. I do feel like on this map particularly, I like Rico just a little bit more. Those bounces, you have some more angles to work with. Definitely going to be an interesting matchup to watch. The rest of mirror matchup, of course. So far, struggling to really find too much. A nice tag. Semantic was the follow-up homemade recipe. That's going to be kill number 1 and a chance for SK to push forward, gain some control, and maybe even get a shot off on that save.
Well, I've got to say, I like the way that Tyrant handled that situation. A lot of heavy fire, but he was juking absolutely on point here. And as quickly as that, the push from SK deflated as now Tribe Gaming take back that mid-control and assert some authority of their own. Big shot there from Coriel to Skyrex, and the follow-up from Zulan as well. It's Semantic fails and goes down. A team wipe for Tribe Gaming, and the damage rolling in on the site.
This is huge. 23% damage lead now for Tribe Gaming, and after that full-on team wipe. And the Lola on the left side is getting outranged by the Rico consistently, not able to get any supers down just yet. A nice tag. Homemade recipe does hit the wall, and Zulan survives.
My goodness me, I've not seen SK in this position for such a long time. Everything that SK are throwing at Tribe Gaming ending is just thrown back in their face so quickly. A nice jump away there as well to evade the damage that was going to be coming from Semantic. Zulan not going to connect much on that left-hand side, much onto Skyrex. The clone now coming in, and the gadget pop as well to get that survival bubble there on the field.
Alright, Skyrex finally had a shadow, but did not last for long. Could not deal any damage on safe with it so far. This is looking so good for Tribe. 2 kills, it's a team wipe once more, and damage keeps pouring down on that save.
Oh my word, SK are in a world of trouble right now. They've got to claim back so much damage. They haven't even got a single percentage of damage onto the safe, and it's now or never. 15 seconds remain. A big tap from Zulan just to keep Skyrex then suppressed on the right-hand side. Tyrant with the pickup onto Jetson as well. This is the moment that SK have got to get damage, Teddy.
Yeah, but they can't do that if they're dead, and Tribe Gaming and they get yet another game that's 3 in a row, and a terrific start in Heist here as well.
Oh my word. Honestly, the sensation in the studio is electric. We can hear the players like celebrating and congratulating the players as they go, not even just at the end, but during the game. It's so electrifying, I've got to say. But like you rightly point out, Teddy, Tribe are on a roll. SK Gaming have got to put a stop to this, and they've got to put a stop to it now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. This year, there's one word I have said countless amount of times. It's the word momentum. But here in real life, all together in the same room, it's even more important, because when your opponents are celebrating, yelling, shouting, and just being so happy about each victory, it hurts.
Yeah.
And you got to make sure that you stay ice cold and that you are able to keep the morale, to keep going, keep fighting, and take back that momentum.
Yeah, I was literally having this discussion with the players the other day, and we haven't even seen any taunting come out yet, you know, in any protection.
Yeah, I want to see some dancing, man.
This is pretty friendly right now, but again, like you rightly say, those voices that start to then give you, a bit of a deflation in confidence, that's a huge factor, which has not been something which the players have been experienced for the majority of this year. So again, under the lights and the glitz and the glam, you've got to stay composed. Composure is key.
All right, game number 2 here for Heist. Tribe Gaming could be picking up their second set if they can keep this win going. And so far, we have Zulan going quite aggressive against Scarix. Things working out quite nicely for him. A nice tag from Semantic in the center. Gets a follow-up onto Zulan as well, but no eliminations just yet.
Good aggression, though. I like that start. Semantic connecting very, very nicely and swapping between both Zulan and Corey in the mid there, the double team, and a good use of gadget from Zulan, able to be able to defend that right-hand side lane really, really nicely. Scarrett's going over to the Bell pick as well. Ruffs for Tribe is an interesting one to be able to have a bit of something to hide behind, and already a supply drop from Tyrant there going over towards Zulan, so he's going to have way more punch for those shots.
Yeah, those supply drops are really going to help you lane diff your opponents. So far, a little bit of a lead for Tribe Gaming. Nothing too worrisome just yet. What worries me is the control, because they can keep capitalizing, getting it down to 79% now. Tribe Gaming once again in the lead, and SK not looking as their usual.
Jetson very low here. Will pick up the kill onto Tyrant, though, at a very important moment, because it will allow Semantic to start to push through in the mid, and he can go himself towards that cover, which is broken very quickly, very observantly so by Corey there. Big taps again from Semantic. SK are looking much more like their former selves, but they've got to start to get the damage, and there is the first sign over there from Jetson on the left-hand side.
All right, they get 6% off, still a little bit behind, but they have mid control. They have the option to capitalize now after every kill, whereas Tribe Gaming, it's defense mode activated. SK, they need some more damage though. The clock is slowly ticking down, 35 seconds left, and it's still Tribe in the lead.
Yeah, as well, Corey being tagged up by the Bell with the mark is a very important factor here. He'll be taking a lot more damage. Another supply drop coming in there from Tyrant to give Corey a bit of a helping hand. They're going to need it. They are on the defense. This is pretty much the first time in Saves that we've seen Tribe in this position. Another big tap from Semantic there in the mid. They are really starting to gain momentum. This is a close one. If Tribe can get a wipe here, they can start to bring it back. But look at Semantic coming back a little bit early, just in the event that the push comes through.
Yeah, they need damage here because should have control. Some damage is coming down, but 1% making the difference. And in the end, once more, it's Tribe Gaming taking this game and set 2-0 for Tribe.
Oh my word, and look at the energy. The energy of the team is the very thing that is driving everything forward. So pumped. Bang his chest, he knows what's up, and I've got to say, Teddy, time and time again though this year, we have seen SKB at their most dangerous when they are behind, but is that going to be the case on the World Final stage today?
We've seen SK come back countless times. That's the thing, most pros I talk about when we talk SK, they tell me when SK lose a game, that when they lose a set, the next game, they come back fresh as if nothing happened. It's not possible to gain momentum against them or to distract them in any sort of way. Right now, it does feel like they are affected quite a bit. They're struggling to find their groove. And when you're losing 2-0 in a best of 5, you gotta find it quickly or it's the end of your journey this year.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to say though, in fairness to SK there, they did look a lot better. They started to make more plays, gain a lot more traction with their shots, and sometimes that confidence can start to show as well on the other side of things, and it can put you in places where normally you'd be a bit more reserved. I mean, looking at that compared to how he started back in Pinball Dreams, so passive to start things off. Both teams trying to feel each other out, trying to work out what their strategies were going in. Now things are getting a bit looser. That could be dangerous for SK, or it could go in their favor if they're able to capitalize on Tribe's mistakes.
Well, we're going to dry season now in Bounty, and Bounty is the best game mode for both teams. This is where they were the most successful this year. Tribe and NA, and obviously for the EMEA region for SK Gaming. And here's the thing, I mean, at least we get to see that Bounty set, right? It is really, really important to see those teams in their best element as well. So far, Heist was kind of in the middle of their favorite and least favorite game modes. Brawl was pretty low for both of them. This is familiar territory. This is where both teams shine and are at their best. The question, who is going to be the better one?
Both teams have got the same number of wins this season. We've got 20 wins on both sides, but it is an 87% win rate for SK Gaming. Just the 3 losses to the 6 losses of Tribe Gaming NA, but that's still such a shallow difference, realistically speaking. And again, with the momentum that is currently behind Tribe Gaming NA, the energy levels are so high. Everyone really knows how close they are to getting through this stage and sending SK packing.
Yeah, this is worrisome for SK. We've not seen them in this spot in what feels like forever. We've talked about it earlier, but they won 6 out of 8 monthly finals in EMEA, and they were in 8 out of 8 grand finals this year. Seeing them out here in the first round would be one of the biggest stories of the entire year. But here we go. Bounty is going to start now, and if SK want to come back, they have to start in this set. Otherwise, it's going to be the end very, very soon. And already Tyrant quite aggressive. The blue star did get picked up by SK Gaming, so they will be starting off with the lead for now.
Okay, well, the build promotion there from Sky is going to be bumping up the HP there of Jetton and just focusing on him as the last man standing effectively if it gets to that point, because Semantic's got a lot of healing abilities as the Byron to consider, but look how aggressive Tribe are straight off the bat in their basis of the spawn of SK. No back and forth kills or death just yet, but still, you know, putting SK on the back foot. And this is the one bounty map that I do think does give a little bit of an advantage to when you are back on the ropes. But at the same time, though, SK can't really afford that right now. They are 2 sets down.
It is the bounty map where control is the most important, as you mentioned. Sometimes you have the lead in stars, but if you get pinched in your spawn, you don't have all that much to work with, and you can easily just be stuck in that position. This is what seems to potentially be happening here to SK, as Tribe Gaming are gaining more and more control, still behind by that 1 and blue star. But they want to capitalize if they can get some more destruction with those stick heads. That could go a long way as well. But so far, no kills in this game. Although Semantic is very low HP, needs to be very careful.
Yeah, he does. He really does, because he needs to be healing his team, and he can't do that whilst he's so low. Again, a good pickup. 3 stars for 2, but another one in return. Sooner with the takedown there onto Semantic. Tick head going out for Jetson, but taken down so quickly. Tribe Gaming have the lead with 10 seconds remaining.
This is huge. SK Gaming pushing forward. They need to find a kill. Anyone would do, but Jetton falls. And with that, the hopes for SK Gaming in this game. Match point for Tribe Gaming.
Oh my goodness me, this is a phenomenal performance. This is dominant, Teddy. This is a sheer sweep. A sheer sweep against SK Gaming is potentially about to happen before our eyes.
Man, I've talked to so many pros today and in the previous couple of days. I asked to everyone, SK or Tribe NA?
Yeah.
Most people said SK Gaming. This is a huge upset. It's not over yet.
Yeah.
SK still have a chance, but they haven't won a single game yet.
Yeah, this is the thing. We've seen reverse sweeps all year long from SK. It's happened time and time again, I've got to say. I do see it happening for them, but again, we've never been across region with that same scenario. And I don't know, with so much at stake, so much on the line, the momentum, you can feel it. It's infectious from Tribe Gaming NA. And again, if you're just joining the stream, you didn't hear me say it earlier, but chatting to some of the players, a lot of the pro scene seem to think that the winner of this game could very well be in the grand final. For Tribe Gaming NA, that would be such an enormous outcome. Again, 74% of you watching at home and voting via the app put it in favor of SK. Just a measly percentage in favor of Tribe Gaming NA.
This is absolutely huge. Match point for Tribe Gaming and ASK Gaming. This is do or die. Their final chance at staying in the World Finals. They need this game to be a win, Art.
They do. They need to up their game. They've got to be cautious at the same time, but they can't give too much of a controlling factor to Tribe. I want to see Semantic staying high on his HP to be able to heal along the way. Again, the blue star was gained in the last game by SK, but it didn't matter. The kills, the takedowns were much more with Tribe, who are seemingly far more aggressive today.
All right, once again, SK did pick up the blue star, so they start with little bit of a lead. I like the confidence in both games of Bounty so far of going for it. It's quite a risk, and you definitely overextend and expose yourself a little bit, make yourself a little bit more vulnerable. But they need to keep that lead. In the previous game, they started off with the lead, got the first kill as well. We're not able to keep it all the way. This time around, once again, a minute left on the clock and no kills just yet. You can feel the tension, you can feel the nerves on those players.
Yeah, it's silent. It's silent for the first time, and I've got to say, I feel like Tribe are pretty focused on this one. Just trying to time it until the very end to make that push and to make a big one at that. And SK are holding on, but they haven't got a single kill yet. They need to start to establish a bit more of a lead for me, because considering Tribe's position here, this could be a dangerous place.
Yeah, I think that ticket was actually on purpose to destroy that wall, just make it a little bit tougher for Tribe to hold that aggressive position. The push is starting to form itself as Tribe Gaming are running out of time. They need a kill. Semantic is low HP. They are careful, and so far low HP means they can't overextend, they can't fully commit to this push. Can they find elimination? Tribe Gaming, 5 seconds left. This seems to be game number 1 that goes for SK. A kill-less game, but still a win.
A win is a win. The blue star coming in clutch as it is the team color here for SK on the left-hand side here, wearing, of course, their white jerseys, but that color definitely came in for them. Keeping that composure, and this could be the start of things. They had to stop Tribe there. No more second chances were there. Taking away some of the momentum could be the very thing which they need right now.
I mean, it's not a glorious win, you know, it's not like there was a huge clutch or anything completely crazy happening, but at this level, you need to take whatever your opponents are going to give you, and if it's a game here in the third set, you take it, try to build up a little bit of momentum. It's going to slow things down a little bit for Tribe, try to turn that energy into something positive and move on from there. It's the start of the comeback. We'll see if they can actually continue with it.
Yeah, I mean, I sound like a broken record, and I know it when I say that sometimes you've got to take down the pace of the game. Up until now, Tribe Gaming NA have been playing at their pace. It's all been about them. So just holding on and surviving with that blue star in the last game for SK Gaming is exactly what they needed to do. They had to stop that momentum. Again, if they lost, it would have been all over. So this is a saving grace, but they're not out of the woods yet. It is still match point, and Tribe Gaming NA still have that in their possession.
Oh, absolutely so. I mean, match point, you can almost taste the quarterfinals at this point, and that is going to be a huge motivation for Tribe, reminding them every couple of seconds what is on the line. But here we go, match point once more for Tribe Gaming, and ASK Gaming have a set point on play here as well. And SK went for the blue star every single time, but Skyrox is solo HP this time around, and he doesn't have the space to do so. Instead, it is going to be Tribe to pick it up, and now we see SK in a different position where they don't have the lead early on.
Yeah, so now they are going to have to go on the aggressive. They are going to have to make the play. If things remain like this, as they did in the previous game, then they will be going home. So they've got to go in on the aggressive. They've got to get some takedowns here, and they are starting to push themselves forward accordingly so. So Jetson starting to try to control that right-hand side. A bit of a mishill there from Semantic, and then pressure being applied back again. They've got to get rid of these sandbags on the left-hand side to be able to start to get some of these tick heads rolling in.
All right, SK Gaming, they found a bit more of their groove in the previous game. Now they will need a kill if they want to take this game, as Tribe is still leading by that blue star. A minute left on the clock, and so far it's still about setting things up, getting as many supers available possible on both sides and synchronize them to form a strong push. So far, not too many opportunities arising just yet for SK.
Okay, nice. A lot of aggression there from Zulan, just keeping behind that wall, and everyone on Tribe in good levels of HP as well. 40 seconds now is getting and itching closer towards it. Guys, nice aggression again from Semantic. Again, at the top right hand side, Zulan's very low here. Pressure from Skyrox. The takedown is there. The lead has swapped over. SK Gaming have got it, and Tribe will be on the hunt now, no doubt about it.
Huge elimination here for SK Gaming as they take the lead. 20 seconds left from taking this set. Tribe Gaming, they want to contest it, they want to end things here, they want to go straight to the quarterfinals. One kill would do, but they need to find the opportunity. Corey gets tagged up quite a bit. That's the elimination onto Zulan. 5 seconds left. Tyrant goes down as well, and that's going to be SK pushing things to set 4.
They keep themselves alive. They had to do so at the perfect time for them. That will be a scary prospect for Tribe. They were so close to ending this on an entire sweep of things, but now SK Gaming with some resolve, they take back a set, and yeah, Zulan was pumped, but now he's all the focused.
Yeah, I mean, just for context, it was match point before SK won a single game in this best of 5. This is not an SK we've seen before. It's starting to look better. It's still not the, an overwhelmingly confident win. First game, not a single kill, just blue star. Second game, we start getting more kills, a little bit more space, a little bit more comfortable. The question is now, moving on to set 4, can they play like they usually do? Can they be the dominant SK we've seen this entire year?
This is it. We have not seen, in my opinion, yet their full form. They have yet to reach maximum evolution. Let's see how things go in the next one, but no doubt about it, breathing a big sigh of relief there. Some kills towards the end, as you rightly point out, very, very passive from them, very unlike what we tend to see. So they've got to keep that in their minds and know a bit more communication on their side as well, and a bit more energy, because that honestly was the driving force of Tribe Gaming NA. When they were getting some of that momentum going, it really did feed itself. So I'd like to see a bit more of that from SK as well, and going in then to Gem, grab our next Gem Fort. So a bit more of a control-based map, which could very well be the thing to slow down the pace again for SK.
Yeah, I think that what we could expect on Gem Fort, I mean, Lola for me is pretty much big at this point. You can have some great opportunities on the lane with Rico as well. We've seen quite a bit of different stuff mid. I do like Jean at the moment on mid on Gem Fort. I still feel like it's a bit more of a classic brawler. I feel like this is the right conditions to pull it off as well, right? You want to go on those comfort picks. Jean would do that successfully. There's a ton of different options available as well. I've seen Amber being played quite a bit on this map on lane as well. I honestly, the possibilities are endless. Any brawlers that you feel like are a driving force of this map?
I actually really like a Bell lane here. I think it works really, really well. I think that, for me, I know the Tribe Gaming and they do like a lot of Pam. We were Semantic playing a ton of Pam here on Gemfort recently. And in the NA meta, that's a really, really common pick. So I'm going to be curious to see whether that is one in the minds of Tribe. Byron definitely is the healer so far, story of the day. I don't know necessarily whether it's suited for Byron just simply because of the way the map is situated.
It's tough, right?
It's tough to get those kind of left and right hand side lane heals off at the right time. But I think you're right. Lola here, throwing that clone forwards and having that scout the bushes for you, I think is a fantastic idea. And again, that was the time that we saw the momentum really shift and up a gear for Tribe Gaming NA, because they kept that pick in Brawl and SK changed it. So I'd like to see possibly even some Max coming into play as well, some speed to aid that aggression and really see SK come more out of their shell.
You prefer Max mid or Max lane?
I think you've got to play Max mid, and I'm still kind of a bit on the fence with it, but it is a very aggressive brawler to have, and having speed, allowing you to go on the hunt here. Sometimes we even see that kind of Rosa idea coming out to play as well, and building the bushes along the way with the grow light, and just having maximum maneuverability. I kind of wonder, again, how that meta is going to evolve today in amongst across regions, but or whether we might see something completely new. Tara lane, I always vouch for that.
I was thinking of it. I think it can work. I think Sandy can also work very well on lane. Just as a reminder of the bans, guys, we had Buzz, Mortis, those were the bans from Tribe, and then SK Gaming went for Sprout and Leon.
Yeah, exactly that. Leon would have been pretty decent here, I feel.
For sure.
I mean, it's kind of drifted out a little bit of the meta recently. Since obviously the nerf to the lollipop drop, having a bit more of a timer. It's definitely still kept Leon relevant, but just a kind of a bit more niche where you play it.
It's not a go-to brawler anymore, and I think that's where it needs to be. A go-to brawler is usually going to be too strong. Here it's very balanced. I think one of the more balanced brawlers at the moment. But yeah, good enough to be banned, clearly, as SK took him out. So curious to see here in Gemfort what they decide to bring in. Nerves still going to be high. Tribe still have the upper hand. They still have a lead by 1 set. It is starting to close down, and winning that set for SK is also going to create a little bit more space, because now they don't have that match point right ahead of them, They have a little bit more space to work around, a little bit more air to breathe. The question is, what are they going to do with that air? They can't get too much relief because they still need to keep winning if they want to keep, the chances of pushing things to set 5.
Exactly that, and that would be bot drop as well for Siege, and I personally hope that we go that far. I gotta say, I think that if we get that far, then we're gonna see all the emotions coming out, and you know, it would be a great thing to see SK come back from this. I was so worried for them, I've got to say. I mean, not just because we had our prediction set, Teddy. Not just because we need our hands on that Cowpangler Jessie skin.
No bias here whatsoever. How could you even consider that, Ark? Unbelievable.
I like my skins, Teddy. I'm a bit of a collector with merch as well as I am in game as well, as you know. So definitely, you know, I hope at home things are going a way that you would like them to in regards to your predictions. Again, I thought this was going to be a lot closer, and I still think it can be. I think that this bit of downtime here is actually going to be very beneficial for SK Gaming to get back some team talk, to get back some of that communication, some of that drive, and to remind each other that they've been the dominant force of the EMEA region all year long. They've been in control up until this point, and they are bouncing back. But the question is, can they get through this full set?
All right, time for some gem grab action. As so far, the two first gems are picked up by SK. We do see a Lola mid, which I think is very interesting. I think it works well against Jean, right? You can counter the pull very nicely. I do still love Jean mid. I think it's very versatile, a lot of options. And the clutch potential on Jean is just insane. You grab the gem carrier, it's GG's.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the idea from Skyx here is to be able to use the clone, to be able to maybe tank some of that magic hand potential. It's going to have to be a very well thought through thing. And Jetson definitely will be at home on that right-hand side lane with the Rico, so we'll be able to have the rage advantage over Zulan if he can keep the positioning there. Oh, but there's the pull from Tyrant there, and he's going to pick up the gems for it. 7 gems into the pull go. Tyrant Semantic, though, has got to go in, and SK will get the takedown. Gems with Jetson, not ideal, but at least it's in their pocket.
Yeah, great reaction from SK. Things seem to be falling apart, but both lanes were there to make up for the mistakes that happened mid. 9 gems for SK. 1 more would be enough for the countdown, but when you play against a Jean, you are never safe from a crazy pull unless the Jean doesn't have his pull. But look at that. Clone is in here for Skyrex, looking to get some damage this way. Tyrant from staying mid. Skyrex is going to get pulled by Tyrant Star. That is going to be countering that countdown for now, but SK still have a massive gem lead.
This is the moment that Tribe have got to hunker down in this mid and control it well. Semantic about to soon be out of his mega, but Corey is down first, and just in time for the swipe countdown for SK, and down there goes Zulan as well. It's just Tyrant, no magic hand. The clone went down for that exact reason that I thought to be able to tank it, and there's 5 seconds. I think SK have got this one.
5 seconds left in SK Gaming. They make it 3 games in a row, looking to make it much more comfortable this time around. I mean, this was a fairly dominant SK. This looked like a confident SK, and I feel like until now we hadn't seen that.
Yeah, absolutely. They took back control, and they picked up the gems. Again, it wasn't with the gem carrier, so they had to kind of improvise for the most part, but some smiles finally forming back on the faces of the SK Gaming squad. It's been a while since we've seen it, so definitely starting to gain some momentum here. I want to look back at the replay. I think towards the end there was split gems, and someone stood still. I kind of thought there could have been a reset, but I was a bit like you miss it moment, so I'd have to see it again to say for sure. But ultimately, again, the confidence that was being displayed by Tribe Gaming NA was so passionate, so strong before some of that changing up of sets, and now it's nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, absolutely so. I mean, it looks completely different. The dynamic of this game so far, it started off being so dominant from Tribe Gaming. It felt like SK had not joined the server yet. Once we got to Bounty and a match point in favor of Tribe, slowly things started to get rolling for SK. More and more confident, starting to get more and more kills here and there, and in this game, looking formidable. Absolutely formidable.
Yeah, I think you said there, Team 2 have entered the game, right? And it does feel like SK getting that back under their thumbs, but if they get this next game, that is a phenomenal position for them to find themselves in. If they can equalize the sets, considering that they faced up against 2 match points, that would be a fantastic thing. But again, they've got to get this more under control. It was much better in that game. Again, brawlers like Meg and Rico coming in is the kind of bread and butter of SK Gaming. So I think this actually is a map and mode which suits their playstyle perfectly for a comeback.
Yeah, absolutely so. And what we have to keep in mind as well is that right now, SK, they're just a single game away from tying things up completely. It still feels like Tribe are so far ahead because they were so dominant. But SK, they're just behind. One more game, we're going to set 5, and we forget about the past. We just focus on that 5th and final set. Here we go, guys. Set point for SK Gaming. Their chance to tie things up against Tribe.
Okay, we've got Chest on the right, Skyrex in the mid, but the left-hand side, There's Samantha coming in, but it doesn't look like it's him. Looks like it could well be a bot here. Let's see. Did go straight into the mid, didn't hold the lane. Kind of looked like it was stuttering a little bit, so I'm not too sure about that side of things. But maybe Samantha's having some problems. We'll find out for you guys and see how that one goes. Jessie, though, going to put a big super on the right-hand side. Down goes Zulan as well, Torrent under pressure. Corey as well, trying to keep his own pops to gadget as well. Has got that swipe ready to hand. But I think we're getting word as well. We're going to see a replay of this matchup, as I do believe that it was Semantic who was having some problems and was late in. So word straight from production there, Teddy.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, right?
Yeah.
It happens. Nice that we were able to spot that problem. Good eyes, you spotted it immediately. I was looking on the right side, and then I heard Semantic, and I started just run through the middle. I was like, yeah, something must be wrong here.
It was very late, and I wasn't sure there was any kind of strategy involved there. Maybe he was holding back and just letting Corey exacerbate some shots, but now back in. The players will be playing this one out regardless, though. So let's see how they get on. Again, a chance for maybe Tribe to get back into this game, as they've been struggling so far in Gem Grab.
Yeah, exactly. If they win this game, they're not actually going to be winning it, but confidence, I mean, you know, there's no score on that, and if they can gain a little bit more confidence back, that can absolutely help have the right mindset getting into that next game that is going to be ever so important.
Well, in the studio, the communication is
it feels like it's real. It feels like it's real.
Maybe they're taking this all the way regardless, and that does seem to be the case. Scarx again in the mid got the 9 gems. You know, even if it's not going to be a victory which will count on the scoreboard, it's definitely going to be one that is going to be counting in terms of their emotional value for this one as well. So every moment counts for them. They've got to make sure to keep those emotions running high, and that team essence, that team chemistry just shining through in the studio.
Yeah, I think if you're in Tribe shoes, you got to go back to the screaming. We haven't heard them nearly as much as we have in the first 5 games that they won in a row. We need to hear them screaming again. They need to, you know, show off dominance and confidence, because it's intimidating, so intimidating. And we got some hype from from Semantic in the back. You love to hear that. Gaining better confidence. We mentioned him. Look at him go.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I've wanted to see. I've wanted to see this from SK. I wanted to see their emotions shining through. Semantic, he is a loud guy. He can talk a lot, and he is loud, but it's been silent today on that side until now. Now we're starting to see it, and this is why, Teddy, I want to see this go to the 5th and final set, because I want to see Zulan on one side screaming, and I want to see Semantic on the other side screaming right back.
I think that if they scream at the same time, the Brawl house is going to be shaking.
Absolutely, just that. We have to hold on to the table, I think, Teddy, because I think some vibrations could well be shaking the arena.
We'll be levitating, man. Absolutely, absolutely. Man, I mean, still, SK just a game away from pushing things to that 5th set, and I can't help but feel like if you're losing and there's a match point for your opponents, you haven't won a single game yet, and then you win 4 in a row to push things to a 5th set, you come in with a bit of an advantage. I mean, that's how most reverse sweeps end up going.
It's honestly incredible to see. You know, again, this year long, we've seen SK do it time and time again, and you know, it's starting to develop and form and become real. And you've got to say, Teddy, earlier when we saw that match point situation happening twice, I thought it was all over. I did. But at the same time, SK have done a wonderful job of slowing down the pace. You know, in bounties, they didn't even need a kill. They just needed that blue star, and they just kept throwing their shots. And sometimes that can play on the minds of your opposition. Like, you know, we didn't get a single kill that game. What's going on? We were so aggressive, and now we're starting to falter. And they've just been chipping away very slowly but surely. And now we're in a very different spot.
Absolutely. So, I mean, one single game, and we're all tied up. We go to that 5th and final set, and pretty much the match that we were hoping for, right? I mean, any match of this caliber, we wanted to go all the way. This is no exception for sure. And SK Gaming, they are so close from making it, but we have to keep in mind, Tribe, they just win 1 game, and then suddenly it's a match point again in their favor.
Yeah, that cannot be forgotten by any means at all. That pressure can very quickly shift. You know, a single Tara pull here or there, or it depends if you play pull or suck at home. I think that's a bit of a Twitter poll for later, because I've always been kind of, you know, I've always said Tara suck, but a lot of people will say, like, it's the great thing about being here in person, by the way, because you get to have those discussions with the players, and you get some very passionate sides from both ends of things to be able to have an opinion on these things. But again, like you say, yeah, 1 game for Tribe, and all of a sudden SK are under the heat again.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's so close, and it can go so quickly. We've seen, I mean, look at that momentum switch we've had, right? We see 5 games in a row for Tribe and now 3 in a row for SK. It just goes like that, and it's important to try to stack it up, keep it up, and hold on to it as long as you can. SK yet to be shut down since they started going. Let's see if they can keep it up like that.
Yeah, team talk here at a very important time, again, whilst we just address semantics connection issues, and admins will be on that as we speak. But these are the moments as well, like, that can go back in favor of Tribe Gaming. They've got to start to communicate better, explore their approach and how they're going to be able to come back from this. For me personally, I've got to say, the Lola lane against the Rico lane, that's what's not working out for me. I think that has got to change on their side of things. I'm not too sure that maybe because of the fact that we've got to readjust the iPads and the connection issues, that they have to play the same comp again. But I've got to say, having that range advantage, using that super bouncy star power to really keep your opposition at bay, and Jetton, of all the people to be playing Rico, Jetton is absolutely the man to do that on that right-hand side.
Yeah, we saw it on SafeZone as well, right? We had a Lola versus Rico situation, was very dominant in favor of the Rico, and I've no doubt on most game modes it is going to be a similar situation. It is tough, and that's the thing as well, when you have those very shiny brawlers like Lola that you can't expect to see on pretty much any game mode or map, you can also expect to see counters.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, the same story though in the mid with the Gene versus Lola. Every time is working in SK Gaming's favor. So I think Tribe Gaming here have got to realistically look back at this and think, you know, where are the problems lying? For me, it's in those lanes. But as we know, you know, Semantical is also a fantastic meg brawler, which SK Gaming have brought out the woodworks time and time again. It seems, and it really feels as though they've been focusing a lot in perfecting the art of meg. We didn't see that much of her. She came into the game relatively late into the way of things recently, so now players have had all that hands-on time with her and learning how to use her best. So again, I do think that a lot of the brawlers that SK Gaming are using are the ones which they love to use. And here we have the players as well in the back in the Brawl House cheering everyone on. Again, it's a fantastic sight to see everyone in the same place at the same time. You love to see it, Teddy.
Yeah, man, this is absolutely exceptional. In a way, I can't wait to be off stream, you know, to just hang out with them and just be a part of the family, man. Super excited to hang in that Brawl Lounge. Yeah, man, it's great. It's our public, right?
Yeah. It's like, it's the hangout area, and it's just a great thing to see. It's been such a long time as Bobby, Sochi as well. Everyone just having time of their lives there. Again, if you're just joining the stream, first and foremost, welcome. We hope you're enjoying things so far. We're currently in the full set of SK Gaming versus Tribe Gaming NA, and we had to do a little bit of a readjustment with Semantic and his connection. So we'll be getting into the next game very shortly. We're on Gem Grab and Gem Fort. And it was Tribe Gaming NE, which had a phenomenal start, Teddy. Taking the first set, very, very convincingly so, very quickly so. Into the second set, again, similar story. And then we saw the match point occur. And everyone here, I'm sure, had their heart in their mouths. I know that we did. I could see it in you, Teddy. We're thinking, oh, predictions. Oh, no.
My skin.
But, yeah, again, having some downtime as well can be the very thing that you need to rethink for your strategy.
I mean, it's a way to cool things off, right? You have a little bit more space, more time. You can have a bit of a momentum break in a way, create a little bit more space to think and discuss and get ready for the next game. One thing I wanted to discuss as well, Eric, is if it weren't for SK being SK, when we had that match point, for any team I would have said we haven't seen enough for me to believe in a comeback.
Yes.
You need some signs of life. You need to feel like it is possible. I didn't feel like it, and yet they proved us wrong. They made it work so far, and now just a game away from that 5th and final set would be absolutely a huge story, no matter the outcome of this match. But I want to get to that 5th set, man.
Yeah, I want to stick all the way. I mean, you know, call me greedy, but that's what I want to see. A match point, and nothing less, in all honesty. We're going back in, Teddy. It's going to be that same thing with the Gene of Tyrant versus the Lola of Scarix Jetson. Keeping on the Rico against the Lola of Zulan and Vex on both sides. It seems like everyone has got similar ideas, but just in different lanes.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have only one mirror matchup on the left-hand side. The rest is a very much different mechanic. As I said earlier, I like the Rico versus Lola quite a bit. I think the extra range can be huge. We'll have to see how creative Zulun can get with his supers, try to get some nice off angles, some nice pinches with himself, or with his clone rather. So very interesting possibilities over there so far. Zulun has been struggling a little bit on that right-hand side, as you can see quite a bit of control there for Jen.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing I was saying in the break, and I do worry a little bit here for Zulan. He's got so much range against him, and Jet's such an accomplished Rico. In fact, I think Tyrant needs to go in for the ball here and get that side lane taken care of and get some of that support coming back into the mid here. Skark's starting to bring back the gem deficit as well. Clone out there for some protective covering fire as well. The mech's going on the right left-hand side here. Semantic misses the swipe, though, and that's going to be an advantage for Corey.
Man, Tyrant almost got that pull up to Skarix, just barely manages to outrange it. A pinch trying to come in, but it gets defended well as Jedon comes in, takes the kill. Semantic clears up the left side. Tyrant Star is 1 HP as well on the top, and SK Gaming on 8 gems already.
My goodness me, the controlling factor here of SK and the amount of area spray as well from Skarix is so phenomenally powerful. That is why I think Lola here is such a great thing to have. And coming into the mid now, not the worst of brawlers to have the gems either. Corey is still in the mech, got the super to hand. Semantic as well, surely going to go for the swipe. He gets Corey taken out of the mecha, and the covering fire there as well from Skarix. SK Gaming are surely about to tie up the sets, Teddy.
We are going to set number 5. As the reverse sweep is coming through so far. We're all tied up. Now, everything that happened before, the players need to calm down. I mean, SK don't. They want to keep it up like this. Keep the vibes, the momentum, everything you want. But Tribe, they gotta reset right now. They gotta focus. They gotta make sure that they come in calm and confident into that final set, because this is gonna be it. One set is gonna decide who goes out. First round between Tribe Gaming and SK. And who is going to the quarterfinals?
The giants of NA and the giants of EMEA. And, you know, this is the thing, Teddy, you know, going home on a sweep, that is surely going to feel horrific, right? But at the same time, if you were to go home after a reverse sweep...
That's even worse.
That's even worse.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I mean, that's everyone's nightmare. Very much everyone's nightmare. This is great teamwork overall. That's the thing with SK. I found it in this gem grab set. Every time there was a problem on the lane, the two other players made sure they won their fights and were able to, you know, catch up and help out wherever help was needed, especially mid. That's the toughest matchup. Lola can be really strong against Jean, a very good counter, but when you don't have that shadow, when you don't have that super available, Jean is superior because the pool is just so scary.
Yeah, exactly that. And, you know, for me, the Brawlers, as I was saying earlier, really did cater a lot towards how SK Gaming want to play. I think going into this 5th and final set, Tribe Gaming NA have got to go back to the drawing board and think to themselves, what do they like to do here, and how can we prevent them from doing that? Even if the Brawlers are not necessarily ones that they feel the most comfortable playing, if it's what needs to be there to shut their ideas down, that is what they've got to do. And again, I want to see a match point. This is the battle of NA versus EMEA. I think that is going to be a worthy thing no matter what, and no matter who wins if it goes to a match point.
Yeah, we've had this year so many different situations like this, where sometimes a team that is coming back, that is you know, winning so many games in a row, able to push things to that final set, they end up choking in the end because, you know, the pressure is different. You don't have that feeling of, you know, being behind and having nothing to lose anymore. But sometimes it's just impossible to stop that momentum. And this is going to be a huge challenge. I would say typically you have to give a slight advantage to SK because, I mean, as you can see, they just won 4 games in a row. But you also can't take anything away from Tribe because they won 5 earlier and they did get shut down. So anything is possible at this point.
Well, today I've got to point out, there's a fun fact about Jetton. He has got the 4th highest average damage to the Ike in Siege of all players in the World Finals. An average of 6,044 damage per game. So if that's a stat to go by, that could be a bit of a hidden weapon for SK Gaming. I would like to see, again, some of their aggression continue on. I think for me, this comes down largely to control, which I think was where the Sprout ban is going to be quite key as a great brawler to have on the defensive, to be able to redirect the bot at your will. But also the fights over that first spot, you know, really valuing, obtaining and securing that first round.
Yeah, I mean, we have to talk about the fact that this is Siege as well. It's a great game mode for both teams. Tribe, this is their second most successful game mode. And on the sides of SK, I mean, we knew them for their 100% win rate in Siege for the first 4 months or so of this year. It started going downhill afterwards, but not because they got worse at it, but because everyone looked at their Siege gameplay and basically applied what they were doing and learned how to play Siege.
Yeah, it's a very difficult game mode, in all honesty. It's actually taken away from Power League, and it's quite difficult to play with randoms, as we know anyway. But these guys behind us, they are far from that. They are the best of the best in the world. So, you know, expect all the stops to be brought out. This is the final set that we will play. It is going to end on Siege one way or another, Teddy. Who's it going to be?
Well, there's only one way to find out, Ark, and here we go. 5th set between SK Gaming and Tribe Gaming, and a early gadget from Tyrant. Want to keep everyone alive early on, try to secure those first couple of bolts. 2 kills from Tribe, and that's a huge opening for the NA team, as surely this should be securing the first bot. No, it's going to be a tie.
Just the tie, yeah. Tyrant's bolt did not quite bank there, but it was a close one to call. And now the pressure is on. Jessie trying to push through the mid with the pan, which would be a great counter also to the Piper, but goes down and drops the bolt in the process, as then Zulen pops there. The clone as well to put the pressure back on Discox. Going up the map here. Is he going to get found out? Shooting nicely around the walls, healing along the way. So I do worry that the pinch coming in. Clearly some communication between Corey and himself to get him taken care of, but he is still there, Teddy.
Yeah, how is he still alive? How did he manage to pull that off? The problem for SK right now are those 10 bolts in Tribe Gaming's hand. The problem for Tribe is if there's more bolts leaking to SK, they might end up having a bit of the lead. But so far, I think Tribe are very happy with how this game is going. Finally, something going their way. It had been a while.
Yeah, and Jetson really needs a healing station for this, because it is a level 14 siege bot coming in, and with very little to defend against it. I do worry here for SK. They've got to get some shots off with respawning in. You haven't got the ammo you need, but there is the healing station with damage from Tyrant raining down to ensure some damage. But other than that, it's actually not a bad defense, Teddy.
No, it's not that bad. It's only a 1 bolt lead for SK, though. That's a bit more worrisome because Tribe Gaming, they get to keep control, so they're a bit more early near those bolts. And look at that big kill from Zulen. Huge, huge kill. The timing is so important on that one. Another kill coming down. Semantic is so low HP, and this is very much looking like yet another match point for Tribe Gaming, as they will be securing that third and final bot.
Yeah, the Tribe Gaming NA voices are starting to fill the studio again. The momentum shifting quickly in their favor, and again, not a single sign of damage from SK onto the Ike, similar to what we saw in Safe Zone earlier today. They can shred this down all they like, but they've not got the damage on the other side of the field. It's not going to matter anyway. The ball connects regardless, and that is going to be Tribe Gaming NA moving on yet again for a third match point.
All right, 2 match points earlier were not enough to close this out. Tribe, they want to make sure that this time is the good one. They will have 2 more tries, unless we have any ties, obviously. But they got to capitalize, man. They got to capitalize. There's nothing more heartbreaking than tasting that victory, the smell of victory, the smell of those quarterfinals, and not being able to go all the way. Man, I wish it for them. I really, really do. SK Gaming, though, now, once again, we have that momentum switch where they started to really feel their groove and look super confident. In this game, they were dominated by Tribe. I mean, both siege bots went their way, and it wasn't even close.
Yeah, as we were saying before going into the match, you know, having a tie and not valuing obtaining that first stage is such an important factor. It can just make you always be under pressure and not able to push back onto the mid. I think for me as well, SK Gaming were lacking a lot of range. We saw how well Corey was playing on the Piper role, and yes, it is a risky brawler to have when it comes to defensive, but if you never need to defend, hey, you know, you don't necessarily need to worry about that. Yeah, no problem. Just hold the mid. Hold the mid, win the game, you know. So ultimately, I think that would be something that SK could consider, or maybe even a Meg. We've seen them play that already today, and if you get the right positioning power, that can be the very thing that you need to be able to enforce some authority on those bolts.
Yeah, the options are definitely there. I think that also just the teamwork in general, getting your timings right, being able to get in position, and especially staying safe and sound in those very important moments. We had a couple of moments where SK lost to player, terrible timing when they were in the beginning of the retake, just completely throwing all the strategies off guard. But here we go, match point once more for Tribe Gaming. Let's see how this goes down. Semantic was an early kill, and at the moment where we needed the most.
Yeah, I think this is exactly what SK needed. They needed to have the Piper mid, the Barley for control on the right-hand side, and also popping the Herbal Tonic very early on to have that pressure that they need to get this first level 2 siege bot to attack the Tribe Gaming NA spawn area, to be able to have that control. Such a crucial factor here.
All right, it's only a level 2 bot, should get defended off quite easily, but Jet's still going for some extra shots. We'll get some more damage down, and we'll have time to heal up. Easy peasy homemade recipe from Corey to try to dissuade Semantic from staying too aggressive, but a nice healing tonic from Jedden to keep him alive, although he does take quite a bit of damage again. What a jump from Jedden! Gets the kill actually, but goes down as well.
Yeah, but I mean, he got the kill. I mean, it's going to be a bit problematic for Semantic, though, however. Zulan going to pick those 2 bolts up as well. Tyrant going to place down the life plant there as well for extra healing qualities for Corey. He jumps away from that situation there. Great pressure from Semantic, but it is going to be SK to defend this push, and they've got to defend it well.
Yeah, that bolt cannot be picked up, which means that Tribe not only will be keeping the lead, will be keeping control, they will actually be all tied up in bolts. So this is still a pretty sweet spot for Tribe Gaming. They don't get a whole lot of damage, but SK Gaming, it's all about this retake. They have a bit of a percentage lead, but it's not by all that much. They need that center control, and there's a lot of utility available for Tribe.
This is the thing now. We need to see SK get around a phenomenal defense. Otherwise, they will have their tournament journey come to an end here. Again, it's match point for Tribe Gaming NA, and it looks like they're going to get this push as a team wipe comes in. Jessie goes down. Full control for Tribe, and it's going to be a big, at least a level 10 bot coming in, Teddy.
Level 12 bot for Tribe Gaming. They only need just a little bit of damage. This is absolutely doable here for Tribe. SK Gaming need to pull off an amazing defense, but the damage comes through, and they have done it. Tribe Gaming and A are going to the quarterfinals, and SK Gaming is going home.
Oh my goodness, I mean, look at that, the studio so electric, the Brawl house igniting with the victory that is Tribe Gaming NA over SK Gaming of EMEA, and there it is from Zealand. He is having the time of his life.
Man, what a story. We believed in the comeback all the way until the end, but Tribe shut it down, did not let it slip away, and that would have been quite a heartbreaking story as well. Obviously, commemorations to SK Gaming. What a journey for them this year. Sad to see it end this way, but when you have a clash of titans, there's always going to be a titan going down.
Yeah, this is the thing. There has to be a winner and there has to be a loser. SK Gaming had a phenomenal year, arguably their best year yet. So consistent, and again, time and time again, we saw them come back with resolve. Reverse sweeps didn't seem to be a problem for them. It almost wasn't a problem for them on the World's final stage. And it just happens to be the case that Tribe Gaming NA kept such great composure in Siege. They kept the fight alive, and we can still hear each other.
I was going to say, we still hear them celebrating, man. You love to see it. You love to see it. I mean, it's a huge achievement for them. I think that during the bracket draw, the worst team you could face is SK Gaming. And they took them down, they pulled through, they make it happen, and look at that. I mean, there's gonna be so much respect in literally everyone in the Brawl Lounge right now for those Tribe guys. They took down the favorites, or one of the favorites for sure, to win this entire thing.
Exactly that, and again, going back to the predictions we saw earlier, it's 74% of you watching at home at event.brawlstars.com on the app with your predictions. You were saying that there was going to be SK, and I think that's fair enough because, looking at the stats, on paper they are slightly ahead, but that is not the case. NA victorious over EMEA, and Teddy, I've got to say, as biased as we may be towards SK, I'm really pleased to see it. This year has been so fantastic to witness the way that NA have come into this competition. NA and LATAM North, of course, they've been doing so well, and this Bobby is constantly banging on at me about giving another slot to NA and LATAM North. Well, I mean, that's a pretty good start.
I mean, so far, I have been convinced. I have certainly been convinced. What a match that was. What a journey for both of those teams. I mean, SK Gaming, they can leave with their head high. They gave it their all, tough start for them, and I think that's most of what it was. Just really took a long time for them to find their groove. And when you win your first game, when your opponents have a match point, there is a problem, and they made a great comeback from that. Just couldn't quite go all the way, and sadly we'll be saying goodbye to them. We'll still see them for sure in the Brawl Lounge plenty of times, but yeah, man, it's tough. An entire year of work, right? But Tribe Gaming, what a story, what a journey for them. I think they can be immensely proud of their performance today.
I could not agree more, honestly. It was such an exciting matchup. Yes, it started a bit slow, but we got Zulan's stats here on the screen. Team damage at 40%, the DPS 174, damage